Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy again. Let's think out of the box. Let's look at Leedskalnin's area here. Let's see if good old Ed shows up tonight. We'll make this quick. We're going to try an experiment. We're going to take Ed's PMH and we're going to put the vibrating spark gap to it, and we're going to see if we can get the PMH firing like an oscillator. And then we're going to end this. You guys have a great night. Hopefully everything is good in the neighborhood. Let's go ahead and make the connection. So how we have this set up is we're coming out of the positive out of 12-volt battery. We're going into the start of the two coils. I have a positive showing up here and a negative showing up here when the coil is powered. And we're coming out of the two wires together, the two ends, and we're coming into the inside part of the spark gap. And then we're coming out of the outside part of the spark gap. We're going back to the negative, and that's where we're going to connect the negative. Let's see what we got here. So we'll check the compass, south. Let's turn this. South, north. South, north. Got a little magnetism to it. It's because I put it through hell, and it is just soft iron. Let's connect. This is beautiful. Not even looking to experiment past this. We burned the points up on this a couple days ago. So that's what we're experiencing right now. I already know. But it works. It's disconnected. But it works. It opens up a lot with the PMH. Leave your comments. This opens up a lot. Oscillating the PMH, it tells you 1500 turn 16 gauge wire, and if he built the PMH to be an oscillator, that is mind-blowing, state-of-the-art, because he's using the old-timey ways of taking DC power and oscillating, and you're getting DC oscillating. You're not getting AC because you're eliminating half the sine wave, half the wave, but it's pretty cool. Leave your comments. I'm just thinking about all the different ways you can wrap this coil. This is mind-blowing. The fact you take the PMH and you turn it into either a single or a dual oscillator. And even if you wanted to oscillate just one instead of two, this takes us into a different door as well. Because if one was oscillating, it could be working as a prime mover, and then the other one could be working as a back EMF. I gotta put thought in this. All right, you guys, peace out. Leave your comments. Got new points coming in for this. They were cheap. Put new points in there. Wow, it's stuck together. Very, very interesting. Leave your comments. Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. Let's go ahead and get set up over here. What do we got? We got some freshly wound coils. This is 22 gauge, 1500 turns. I have a little spark gap vibrator right there. The points are blowing out, and I have a new set of points coming in. I got Ed Leedskalnin's PMH here, and Ed's wheel. Just playing around, making a quick 4-minute video. That's one oscillating PMH. It'll get a lot better once we get the new points in. Leave your comments. Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. Let's do a quick experiment. Hopefully you catch on. It's all about the oscillator, the oscillation. I'm going to take this relay. It's a 12-volt relay. I think it goes to a motorcycle. It says 500 amp DC 12 volt. Here we have a regular alarm battery, 12 volt. And we're going to touch the contacts, and you can hear it. Makes contact. If you touch it on there, it just stops once, like a doorbell. Okay. Let's do a test on it. Can we turn it into an oscillator? Good question. Can we? Pretty sure we can. How would we? Well, based on the premise over here with the PMH, we're using a gap in the front that's being reactive to the charging one side. So once you put power in, the core fills up, and when you let go, it discharges out the coil. The magnetic side pulls the gap away and disconnects. Then the gap powers off, gap reconnects, the charging of the core through the coils starts, and then you'll have the magnetic field is stronger. It pulls the gap apart. You got me? And then process starts over. So we should be able to do that with this mechanism. Sorry guys. Earthquake, earthquake. And also this is another relay. Got a bunch of relays around. I think that's a motorcycle one as well. Then here's a car relay, 12 volt. All right, so the first test, what I want to do is to see if any part of this coil has a magnetic. And since this seems to be where the sound's coming from, which would be the core making contact and backing off, probably with a spring, I would assume. We're gonna hold the compass up to it. Let me see if I can do this. All right, I think we could put that in the hand, put that next to it. Hopefully that, can you guys see that? Yeah. Now make the contact. All right, so you can see the compass is going over towards this. Now if I turn it sideways and do that, which would be the ideal shot, we'll call it, which I should be able to do. And there you go, you can see that, right? So when I touch it, the North Pole is showing up over here. So, figured I'd take a piece of iron. I got this laminated steel, probably about 8 pieces on there. And we're going to take this magnet and we're going to put it to where it's South Pole out. And we're going to get this thing to vibrate. Now remember, just touch it. You hear that? You just keep it on there and nothing. So I'm going to bring the magnet present and we're going to get this thing to oscillate and maybe get it to move. In what direction do you think it would move in? Say what? Come on! What just happened? Let's move this battery out of the way. No magnet. Subject number 1. Let's try this funky looking thing. You guys hear that? So let's go ahead and look for its G spot. South pole. You get the point. Leave your comments. I want to know what you think. This is old style induction. Leave your comments. Hello my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. This time we're going to step it up a notch. We are oscillating a solar panel. On this video we're not using the relay. It's just stuck there, but I'm using that as a connection, as a high tension. Here's the two feeder lines. On the back of this solar panel, we're coming out of the solar panel and just connect it to these wires. Just look at it that way. We're oscillating the solar panel. So here, just out of the probes, just dangling down there, we're getting voltage oscillation showing up in front of the solar panel. Here the sun's coming out. Let's follow these lines back and let's go over to the spark gap. Coming over, going down, and we're going to the Bedini. Now right now the Bedini, there's the spark that's coming from the solar panel. The Bedini wheel is turning. So technically, you could probably call this the first solar panel Bedini wheel. And there is the solar panel out there. And the line's coming off, dropping down to this coil, using just one primary winding. Now let's go ahead and touch a pair of these bifilar wires. I can figure out where's the pair at. Let's see if we have any. That one I don't think works. And I believe this light does. I gotta clean this crap up. That's back EMF. Bedini wheel turning. Spark gap oscillating to the solar panel. Check out the voltmeter out here and see if the speed of the wheel made a difference. And these ain't hooked up to anything. These are just dangling, but they're picking up. They're picking up. Same thing if you had a Tesla coil running. Just it's picking it up. It wouldn't pick it up if there wasn't some kind of electron activity going on. Now this is aluminum case as well, and that matters. The aluminum case that goes around that. And we'll pick these studies up a little bit more because I'm interested. That aluminum case is grounded, it's touching ground. This chassis is isolated, so has nothing to do with ground, but ground is present here. So I'm sure if I take a light bulb, come over here, there's no connection, but maybe I might see a little action. This is still turning nice and fast. It'd be hard to see in the sun. Looks like it's lit up in the air. It's hard to tell. Solar panel driven Bedini. And that is going on in the whole solar cell. They're bouncing around in there like they've never done. Leave your comments. What is it going to do? Sun's hitting it good. Now this coil's oscillating. That means that this power source is oscillating, because I always thought the battery oscillates as well. You can see the fields bouncing around just on my little antennas there. I guess we could hook these up to the source and see what's going on upstairs here. So we'll go, there's the one side, there's the other. So this is a 21 volt max cell setup. All the stats are right there. It's a 75 watt, 4.8 amp at 21.7 volts. Right now we're showing, now it just, sun went down. We're showing it's bouncing within its field lines there, I would call it 21 volts on down. So that means the whole panel is going through a different transition than what it's used to. And over here at the oscillator, you can see the oscillation power went down because it's cloudy out now. So let's go ahead and get the wheel started. And there goes the Sparkamani. And there goes the wheel. Leave your comments.